Can anybody hear me? Can you hear me? This is bullshit. So, I guess I'm doing this off the phone. Uh, and what's up, everybody? And as you can see here, my voice is fucked up again, kind of like it was back in December. What's up, guy? What's up, Andy? I guess I'm kind of sick, but I'm not like super sick. I don't feel bad. My throat doesn't hurt, but I am coughing up a little blood, and my voice isn't very loud right now, and I wound up spending too much time away from. Okay, so yesterday I had a birthday party, and one of my cousins fell asleep and crashed here. And when I got up, we kind of like chilled for a little while, and then we went out, but to take her home. And when we got her home, we wound up staying at my aunt's house for like the whole fucking day watching movies. So I didn't get a chance to go get a microphone again, but I am gonna get one for sure. But I just figured I would test out this whole live stream shit on the cell phone and see how that went. So it seems to be doing pretty good. You guys I can hear me. That's awesome. Last time it was completely silent. And yeah, so my bad about missing the appointment time again. I think I am gonna have to stick to a Monday. I don't know. Last night, of course, there was lots of drinking and some smoking, and I hit the blunt once or a couple times, and after that, my voice just went fucking gone. I was having a little bit of cough problems the other day, but now it was like a steady thing. So I don't know if I trust the liquor. Shh! Don't tell nobody. Yeah, I had a full house. That's fucked up. It's only 1 year of age. I'm 30 now. Over the fucking hill, guys. No more fun kid stuff for me anymore. It was all Filipino shit. My wife cooked a whole bunch of shit, dude. Like she cooked shit she cooked a meal bigger than like anything I've seen in years, and it was good. And I didn't even get to go in on it too hard because I wanted to make sure everybody got a chance to eat. Yeah, I know who you are, motherfucker. I can read. Yeah, pancit, lumpia, beefsteak, puto. That's a whole bunch of shit, dude. She cooked stuffed peppers the other day, stuffed jalapenos. Bro, she ain't never cooked that shit for me before, like ever in 8 years, and it was fire as fuck. And I'm hoping to get some more of that. No, none of that fish shit. Nobody here would eat that, and I would forbid it anyway. Oh, she cooked the little like cornbread type shit, puto. I don't know if you know about it. It is funny though. All right. Well, anyway, if you guys can hear me well enough, we'll do a little story time. I will go ahead and go through with what I said I was going to talk about. Um, Not very many of you here, but it is kind of late, and at least if there's audio, people can go back and watch and see the story. And that way, I can just leave in the timestamps and whatnot when I actually start talking about it. I'm just sorry if it's a little shaky for you. I'm gonna be sitting here holding this fucking camera by hand. No, I'm not sweating. I just got out of the shower. Let's see. Okay, so let's see what the first thing I'm gonna talk about her. Uh, okay. I guess I'll start with YouTube in general, like how I first. Well, I've made an account before, like way in the past. I had made an account just because that like some of those videos are like age discretion shit, and you have to sign into your account to verify your age to watch certain shit. So I made a YouTube account like several times and forgot the information like years ago. And this one in particular that I'm using right now, I made like I think in 2011 or something, and I left all my computers on auto login, and I pretty much have all the old computers that I used to have. So uh, when I uh, when I went to go do my first YouTube upload, I just auto logged into the one I've had. But I've only been doing YouTube like for real for a little while. I think I'm 1 month short or a couple weeks short of a year. The first video I ever uploaded was the Vitara review, after build review, but it was before I edited it with the was that shit the video the picture overlay. Anyway, what the fuck ever. So I uploaded that and forgot about it. Like I just threw it out into the world. Didn't figure anybody'd ever see it. Out of the millions of content creators, what was the chance that my little video was gonna get seen? A couple months later, I go back to it, and it got like 33 views, and I was like, holy fuck! Out of the millions of videos on fucking internet, my shit got watched 33 times. So that was when I decided to go and start like for real attempting to make videos. And even then, I originally intended for the videos here to be only about engines after build reviews. Like I was gonna do car reviews, but cars with the engines that I built and talk about the build, talk about the power it made and whatnot. It just never worked out that way. Still hasn't worked out that way because a lot of people that I've built engines for were mainly stock ones. There wasn't really much to talk about after the build was done and in the car. Just check up on to see if it was still running healthy and all that good shit. I guess what really got me interested in YouTube to begin with was David Patterson's channel, that dude in blue. I was roaming YouTube like I used to back in the day a lot, looking for car videos, and I found that 300 horsepower sleeper sedan, the EG, and when I watched that review, it was like the best review as far as car reviews go. I think David is definitely the best one out there, even though I will admit that I have kind of fell off from his channel recently just because of the fact that I don't know. It's easier to binge somebody's channel when they have a bunch of different options, but it's a lot harder when you're doing it one video at a time and not all the videos that are being uploaded are what you really want to see. Yeah, I love the EG sedan. I've had two. One of them blew up and I had to trade it, and then the other one got stolen. Yeah, David does really well. David does do really good. He does really good stuff. But anyway, I watched that video and then I watched for days. I binged his shit. I binged his channel, and eventually I started taking my YouTube channel seriously, and I started subscribing. I started going around, and I'll show you. I'll let y'all peep game real quick and show you my sub list. Let's see if I can rotate the camera. Oh, okay, we're still live. Can y'all still hear me? Let's see. Well, I'd love to have an Evo. That's great that you have one, man. That's cool shit. Okay, so anyway, my sub list is most of my sub list is nerdy shit. You see, colliders, a movie talk, Philip DeFranco. As far as mainstream news goes, I don't really fuck with it anymore. But as far as YouTube news goes, internet news, Philly D is the dude, man. That guy's a pretty good. He's pretty good at his shit. You see, most of the stuff is anime shit, and of course, some workout channels. I know I kind of like hide my subscriptions for everybody because I don't want everybody to know how big of a fucking nerd I am. But you'll also see too that I'm not subscribed to a lot of people. I do keep my my sub list pretty short because I don't want notifications from random places. I want notifications from people that I'm actually genuinely interested in watching. Yeah, I'm a big fucking nerd. So I got serious about it. I subbed to him. I started watching some other shit. And And then eventually, you know, I think within that same year that I did that, that's when I made that video that I uploaded. And then at the time I uploaded that video, I already had the VHB Engines Facebook page, but like nobody really watched it. I mean, nobody paid attention to it. And even now, not as many people as I would like to, you know, really pay attention to that. Yeah, Comics Explained and Comic Historian. Yeah, Comics Explained over Comic Historian for sure. Let me show you. I'll show you again real quick. My opinion on that fucking single cam shit. Let's see here. Message retracted. Be thou. It's too late, motherfucker. I already saw that shit. I have a very definitive video on that. I hope you're just trolling. I have a very definitive video on my opinion of the single cam. Right. On the D series. Rotner. And that is my opinion forevermore and never gonna change. Short and sweet. So anyway, VHB Engines wasn't always called VHB Engines. At one point in time, I hoped to partner up with a friend of mine to do like a joint effort. If you've seen some of my older videos, or if you've seen the car reviews, I will talk about Blake. What are you talking about, Doug Supposed? Anyway, Blake was a shopmate of mine. We shared a space, and at the time I came up with the idea, you know, of what was it? BC Performance. If you watch my really old videos, you'll see like gold spray paint in the back of the shop. It says BC Performance. That was my idea, and it was supposed to be Blake and Chris. And the whole idea was he was gonna get shells, do engine swaps. I was gonna build the engine. He was gonna put it in the car, and that was gonna be the team up work there. So that way we could both individually set our prices. We market our price together as a total price, but he gets paid for his job. I get paid for mine. Well, anyway, yeah, if you go through the shop talk, you'll see Honda D Series. That is my take on the D Series engine. That's my recommendation. So anyway, my shopmate, he did one swap, and it was a pain in the ass because swaps can tend to be a pain in the ass, especially if you're working 1 day a week on it. And sometimes it's a few hours to do a swap, sometimes it's not. That one he did was not, and he wound up just backing out and not doing it. He wants to make quick and easy money, and I understand. Some people like that don't really want to put the time. So he didn't stick around with it. So BC Performance never really got off the ground because the only person who did work there was me. All he did was store his shit there, which was fine. It worked out, whatever. So from there, I had to start focusing on myself. What was I going to brand myself? People were starting to talk about the shit I was doing because my prices were cheap, and a couple of my engines were starting to be successfully run. So people were starting to give a little trust, and word of mouth got around. Plus, I'm really friendly. Just the same way I'm friendly with you guys, the same way I am with people I meet on the street. I like to talk car stuff, and I've gotten conversations with people buying parts or selling parts plenty of times. Hi. That's cool. Support. Yeah, I love it. So anyway, here's the funny part of the origin story there. Can you guess what the original name was for the shop? Or for me, it was BBC Performance. BBC. And yes, I knew that BBC could be something that could be clowned on. But at the time, I was thinking I didn't give a fuck. Why? Because if you're talking about me, it doesn't matter whether it's good or bad, as long as you remember. If you remember it and it's a joke and you laugh, it doesn't matter. It's like, oh, what's that guy's name? The guy with the funny name? Yeah, let's see. Shit. I missed your... Oh, there we go. There we go. If you go and watch that video that I have in the shop talk, it says when to machine your engine block. That follows that same rule. What I talk about there follows the same rules in that. So anyway, BBC Performance, and I decided I knew I needed to change it, but I couldn't fucking think of something better to come up with, a better name to call the damn thing. So it stayed that way for a long time, and eventually Curry here, he kept riding me, kept riding me. You gotta change the name. You gotta change the name. You gotta change the name. So finally, I started thinking about it. I started running some ideas by him, and he helped me. And he helped me. Yeah, that's him. He helped me pick out the name that I would eventually settle on, VHB Engines, and VHB Engines is Vasquez Home Built Engines. That's it for. I mean, I've said it before, but just for you guys here, that's Vasquez Home Built Engines. Yeah, Curry Zarek there has been he's been helpful. I mean, he's kind of like how would I say, he's got the managerial ideas for stuff for how to lay out content. Not so much about what the content is, but where not to try and fall into any pitfalls. So far, I've been lucky. I haven't done anything that YouTube has hit me for a violation. Although, like I've said in my trailer, I'm not very child friendly, and the reason why, there's two reasons why I'm not. One, because I don't give a fuck, and two, because there's no point in me deliberately trying to be child friendly for children who aren't going to really watch and understand what the fuck it is I'm talking about anyway. Shit, there are a lot of grown ass motherfuckers who don't understand what I'm talking about, so I'm not going to worry about kidding. No, not Honda. I know that I'm like 100% Honda here, but I never intended it to be that way. I do want to build other engines. I just don't have the money to go out and get them right now, guys. I have plenty of ideas for other shits. I want to build a KA. I want to build an RB. I want to do an SR20. I would love to do a 4G63. I really want to get into American Muscle. LS Turbo as in B18 LS. And also, I had a couple of 2JZ blocks and a 1J. I would love to do an H2B. I just don't, the money right now. It's the same thing as usual. Yeah, actually, I'm debating on my next B18 build to be just a B18 forged build. I have several B18 heads that are good condition. I have one that I'm going to finish reassembling. What's up, Mr. Rich? Or Rick. My bad, Ricardo there. I am thinking about buying a crank for that LS block, getting pistons and rods. I actually have a set of peace, man. Peace, Z. I'll talk to you later. 1J swap a prelude. I don't know nothing about that. Shit. My battery's draining faster than it's charging on this fucking thing. Alright, well. Okay, so I guess I did kind of. Oh, my fucking daughter being sneaky trying to poke somebody. Yeah, they fit on the D series, but you had to modify them. You have to modify the LS rods too much to make it worthwhile. It's not worth the build. It's not worth the problem. Alright, yeah, I mean,
You want to eat ice cream?
Yeah, tell mommy I'm busy. I'll be there in a minute, okay? Thank you. Oh, fuck, I lost my train of thought there. Was it? Yeah. About feature videos. I really do like to be able to help some of you guys that are got budding YouTube things that you want to try out. Make a couple of videos, then hit me up, and then I'll give you some pointers. I actually recently talked to somebody the other day who's got a brand new startup channel. He doesn't have enough content yet, a stable content, for me to give him a full-on feature yet, but I will be giving him a feature as soon as he gets his stuff organized. He has potential. I think also one of the things I wanted to talk about here was there's a particular guy on here who I haven't decided yet whether he's a troll or not. Some of you guys may have seen him comment, is that SI Ricardo, or I think it's SI Ricardo or something like that. Dude, if you're watching now, or if you're somebody that watches later, I don't know what the fuck your deal is, man. You throw me for a loop. Just to let you know, just to let everybody know, I really generally don't. I have a short fuse when it comes to people talking shit. My Facebook ban list is pretty meaty. It's pretty beefy. I don't really fuck around like that. And also, my YouTube ban list is already growing. I've got people I've blocked. Now, YouTube, I don't have as much control over blocking people forever because you can always change your shit real easy and come back because I'm public. No, okay, you got to give me a minute for questions and answers. I'll address that in a minute here, guys. But anyway, this fucking guy. Let me see. I know exactly the video that he fucking came in on that really fucking aggravated shit on me. And it's that block guard video. And some of you guys have been here for a long time. You've seen that block guard shit that I talked about, and you know that a lot of people fucking drove me nuts there. Oh, anyway, I'll paraphrase. He was saying something about like he goes, what kind of a fucking idiot are you, or some shit like that? So-called engine builder. What the fuck do you mean, so-called engine builder, man? I do build engines. I build lots of engines, and I build lots of different kind of engines. And there's engines that I've built that you guys don't see on here. There are engines I've built that are out there running that I don't talk about because they're stock, you know. And I haven't made a million different fucking high-powered engines, but I've made enough now where it speaks for itself. And the fact that I have people that are repeat guys that come back and don't talk shit, what the fuck have you done? And if you have done something that's good, congratulations for you. Single hand clap here. I don't give a fuck. If you're coming in here to talk shit about me, I don't give a fuck about your opinion. If you want to have a discussion, that's fine. If you want to contradict me, I'm okay with that too, as long as we're being civil about it. But if you're coming in here talking shit like, oh, you're fucking stupid, or you know what you're talking about, I'm just going to say fuck you and I'll block you. I don't care about shit like that. I don't need to hear that. Deal with that enough on Facebook. You guys, plus, what the fuck are you doing watching me? If you're thinking you're that much smarter than I am, then why the hell are you even spending time watching my videos? I don't get that. I say all the time that I don't add people on Facebook and shit, but I generally do. If you find me and I think that you're correlated, I'll add you. Some of you guys have found me on Facebook, and I don't know how. I can't even find me on Facebook, but I will add you. But this guy, he goes talks mad shit on fucking on YouTube. I try to not go all crazy and just redirect, and then still talking shit, and then added me like sending me friend requests and shit. What the fuck is that, dude? That's weird as hell. Jaw, you wash it down with whatever fucking beer you like. Everybody's got their shit. So I just want to address that shit too, man. I'm okay with open criticism here, guys. Like if you think that you have something that hey you're wrong on, you point it out to me. If you're generally right and I find out, I'll admit that I was wrong. My favorite beer is Dos Equis. I used to be a Bud Light guy, but after a while it just started to taste really sweet, and I've 100% converted to Dos Equis. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying not to go ham on people, which is why I generally just tend to block people offhand instead of talking mad shit. Anyway, like the other day, I made the B20V LSV conversion video, and somebody mentioned the fact that I forgot to block that hole. Yeah, well, I don't know. I appreciate it there, B. I think I do, if I'm not 100% sure on something I'm about to make, I research before I do it. And I know that anybody can go out there and read and do research and come up with an idea. I'm not saying that my ideas are better than y'all's or anything, but I do have a firm understanding of engines in these fucking cars. So when I read up on shit, generally speaking, I can make a decent opinion on it. I can form a decent opinion on it, and I feel comfortable enough to share it, I will. Also, guys, like I've mentioned in a couple of videos, you guys are helping keeping the channel alive by keeping the comments flowing. When you guys open a dialogue up with me, it lets me know what I need to address. And there are still some videos I have planned here. I haven't run dry yet, although I can say that I'm kind of coming close to it. Even though I think I've only got like 3 or 4 more videos planned, I'm going to start doing Q&A videos like these. I'll go live and do Q&As for like 30 minutes or whatnot. And just whatever questions you guys have that you have for me, you can shoot my way, and I'll address it here. Or like I normally do, I'll redirect you to another video. You're right. You're right there, Silent. As a matter of fact, I'm in a YouTube Facebook group here. I'm in a Facebook group here in West Virginia, and there was these guys were all in a group in somebody's garage, and they were talking shit about a Honda engine. They were ripping apart a B18, and the B18 had a spun bearing, and they were like, "Oh, this fucking so-called engine builder," and they're trashing this guy, and understandably so. If it had a rod knock, and the guy was talking about he built a good, "What's up, buddy?" If he's talking about he built a good engine and a spun bearing, then that's he deserves to have shit talked about him. But but these guys were having trouble getting the crank out of the block. Now they're making a video to clown on somebody, but the mains were gone. The mains were off. It was an empty bottom end. They couldn't lift it up. They couldn't lift up the crank. Vacuum leak. So anyway, so these guys took a metal ball peen hammer and were smacking the crank like, oh my god, it's seized in there. They can't get it out. And eventually, one of them was a genius, and they lifted it from both sides. Lifted it from both sides. Just to let you know, guys, for future reference, if you're taking a crank out of a block that had oil in it, it's going to create a suction on that crank, and you have to lift it up simultaneously on both ends to get it to pop out. So, that's a thing that I try to keep in mind too. That sometimes I've been, looking like an idiot because I've talked some shit and been wrong. So generally speaking, if I'm talking something, I'm pretty confident in what I'm talking about. So that way I can try to avoid the clowns. But also at the same time, even though I'm really confident about what I say, I try not to be too pushy, just because of the fact that I could always be wrong. You never know, and you don't want to look like a smart ass. Nobody likes those kind of people. Anyway, I think what I'll do is I'll do like a little experimentation. I'll do like Mondays, I'll do like a Q&A type thing for a while, and I'll just do 30 minutes after I get around like maybe like 5 o'clock Eastern and see how that works. And if I get a good enough viewership, then maybe I'll do it on a regular. If it doesn't have a lot of people, then what I'll probably do is I'll do it like twice a month, and I'll see how that goes. David, if you go to the shop talk list, and I know it doesn't specifically say 250 to 300 horsepower cars, but I talk about Frankensteins. If you're looking for that kind of power, you might want to look into that. If you're looking 250 on a stock single cam, is a no go. Go through and watch the D series video. D series is garbage for an NA and not the best for stock boost, although it's possible. You can do it. You're just not going to be happy with the power you make on the long term. So generally speaking, I wouldn't recommend boosting a stock single cam unless you're okay with making 200 horsepower forever. All right, so we're coming up on the 30-minute mark here, and I have talked about everything that I wanted to talk about. Oh, I know that I also mentioned the subscriber sub giveaway or whatnot. I want to show you guys a little something here. So that way you guys can see what I'm working with. I'm not going to hide anything from you. Alright, so this YouTube gives you weekly and monthly updates. I couldn't tell you about the gas leak. Stuff like that is kind of hard for me to chime in on. It's kind of hard to do long distance maintenance. Okay, so anyway, alright, this is my lifetime revenue, guys. $114. So for the past year, this is all the money I've made off YouTube, and you cannot even collect this money until you reach $100. All right, and I know that I'm 114, but I just now registered with Google AdSense, and I got my address and bank account updated. But you can see here it's $93 as far as Google AdSense is concerned. Why is it $93? Because Yurko, I have no idea what you just said. Anyway, $93, and because Google AdSense I think only updates once a month, so until Google AdSense sees $100, I don't get paid, and I'm pretty sure it's like a monthly payout. So I would have to hit $100 every month to even get any money, and at the rate I'm going right now, it's going to take me once a year to get paid $100. So the reason why this is important is because for me to do giveaways right now, it's kind of hard to do it because I'm doing it off of my own pocket. I mean, so for me to do a giveaway that's not going to kill my pockets is to do it based off the money I've collected. So to give an update on the giveaway, I don't think I can afford. I can't afford to do giveaways for shirts right now, but I will do stickers. Stickers are a lot cheaper for me to do, and I'm still like I still have a guy. No, I don't speak Spanish. I'm a handicapped Hispanic man. I got the name and a little bit, but my Spanish is way too shaky. Nowhere near anything I can claim to speak the language. I'm broken. I speak really good bad English though. I speak really good bad English. So anyway, just to let you know on the giveaways, I think I'll be doing sticker giveaways. And instead of doing sticker giveaways here today, I think I will give an opportunity for a bigger crowd. And when I do the next time I do a live stream, which might be tomorrow, I think I will wait to get a microphone though. It'll be a lot easier if I can get a mic. But anyway, yeah. Well, um, I've never heard it personally. I mean, I know what to listen for though. No, I haven't. I haven't watched any of the. Well, I don't know. What was the last episode? I watched two episodes the other day. I think it was 87 and 88. Sunday, I can't always guarantee I'm gonna be home. Every once in a while, I go to my or a lot. I go to my aunt, my cousin's house a lot during the weekends. If I happen to be there on the Sunday, it's hard for me to make the time. 89. Well, I don't know if you know this, but I do have a One Piece channel that I started recently. It's got not very many videos on there. Yeah, I have shit planned for it that I want to talk about, but the stuff I want to talk about is gonna be pretty long, so it's just hard to find the time to really sit and focus on it. But I am gonna be making another review for the chapters if you do read the manga. I haven't really. I try to let the anime go a little bit before I watch it because the anime tends to do a lot of in canon filler and shit like that, and they fluff out the episodes a lot, and it kind of drags. And one Whole Cake Island in general, it kind of fucking sucks for the most part. It sucks, and then it got good, and then it started sucking again, and then it got really good, and then it started to suck again. I guess 950 isn't bad for that much. Yeah, anytime that I've ever seen the oil light come on, it's the pump. And I've even known somebody who swore to God they put a new pump on, and the light was on, and then I switched the pump and it went away. So that's generally speaking my cure all for oil light. I used to honestly, honest to God, for my personal vehicles, I've only ever had an oil pump go on me once. So I've always I reused old oil pumps because I was like they're guaranteed for like 100,000 miles, generally speaking. But nowadays I don't rebuild with the old oil pump. If I do put an old oil pump on, I don't cover it in warranty if you decide you want to stay with it. Because it happened to me twice in a row where I built single cams for people and the oil light came on. And I don't like to leave people hanging. So I did the oil pump free one time and it sucks. No, if you don't have a knock, then it's not bad. But you can guarantee that if you run on a low oil pressure for a while, you will have a knock. If your oil pump is not supplying lube to the engine, you're going to blow it up. That's pretty crazy, Josh. Yeah. I know that there's been more than one person talk about. No, the only thing on the oil pump that would affect your pressure would be the gasket, and even if your gasket went out, I don't think that would be enough of a difference to greatly affect your flow. I could be wrong though. Guys, the stock oil pump is quite capable of doing whatever the fuck you need to do. You don't have to go in there and modify your shit. This is this is yeah, that's good shit. For you guys the other day, I mentioned Evan's tuning. Evan's tuning. I haven't watched the video myself, but he did. Evan came out with another video the other day about shops making you. Can you hear me now? Anyway, shops making you spend more money than you need, and I've talked about this a whole bunch of times. Maybe you guys want to go in there and watch that and see what he talks about. Yeah, there are certain things that cool. There are certain things that I don't see any reason at all to modify, and the oil pump definitely falls into that category. I don't. Nosy ass. All good. Don't fucking go to sleep yet. We're gonna eat some cake. Yeah, I had my birthday party the other day and I didn't eat any of my fucking cake, so I'm gonna eat some of it now. I don't give a fuck if it's late. I'm eating some fucking cake. It's ice cream cake, that's why I'm down for eating it. I don't do regular cake. It's usually shit. Regular cake sucks. So any of you guys have any more last minute comments or questions you want to throw out there before I call it a wrap? Just guys, pay attention for tomorrow. I will do this again tomorrow and hopefully try to get more of you guys in here watching. There's another video I made about that too. Engine braking. I made that very recently. If you go through my recent uploads, you'll definitely see it there. Yeah, Rick, I don't mind. I just what my big stress is. I'll tell you about the Integra in a second there, Mr. Silent. My big stress is for questions is that you guys ask me a lot of questions here that I've got videos on. So when you're telling me that you watched all my videos and you haven't, and you're asking me a question that I've covered, then it means you really haven't paid attention and watched the videos. You may have watched. What's up, Will? And yeah, I'm trying. You may have gone through and watched every time I upload, but you're not going through and watching the old videos. And the old videos are not irrelevant, guys. The information is just as pertinent. So if you're really truly appreciating the shit I'm doing here, like you really truly are a fan, then you really will take the time to go through and look through my shit. It's like 130 or 40 videos, but you can like knock off 20 or 30 videos off rip just by going to a specific playlist. You can knock off like 25 videos immediately just by skipping past the fucking engine building videos. That's good. I'd love for everybody to be inspired to do their own work. VHB cribs, yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that too, you're silent. Some of these videos you have to go back and watch multiple times. You know what, guys? To be honest, even I rewatch my shit. I rewatch my shit a lot. A lot of times, if I haven't had a comment on a video in a long time, I go back and watch it again just to see exactly what I covered. Okay, so see, like, engine assembly. Let's see. So it's like 20-some videos you can skip there by not paying attention to that. Beginner's Guide to Boost. A lot of questions are here. A lot of your questions are here. And you can just go through and check it out. Oh, fuck. No, get away from me. Yeah, so you can go through and just check. Most of them are right here in the description. I don't make it clickbaity, or I try not to. I try to be very focused on titling it the way I'm really talking about. So you can find a lot of your questions answered in the Turbo playlist. If you got a tech question, a lot of the time it's here in the Shop Talk. A lot of your all tech questions are right here. So right here, was it Rick? I think it was, asked me about break-in. No, you don't break in your engine then put a turbo on. Go watch this video right here, how to break in your fresh build. Engine and clutch break-in, driving on a base map. I talk about those 3 things in 8 minutes. It's a real short video. It tells you all you need to know about engine break-in. Let's see. Oh, updates. If you were talking about updates for my Integra project. Oh, hey, what's up, Rigo? That's cool shit, man. I'm really, let me say this real quick. Yeah, tuners do the break in. Let me say something real quick to you guys. I am extremely flattered that you guys are here, like any of you guys. The fact that this channel has 1,100 subs, even if you're all not watching, that is extremely impressive for me. I know I say all the time that the channel is really small, but don't think that I don't greatly appreciate and am not mind blown a lot, just looking at the sub count, that 1,000 people around the world have decided to stick around, have been interested enough to, hey, what's going on over here? And that hundreds of you guys, watch the videos. That's great. And now I get a shout out from a shop, and then I have another guy who talked to me the other day starting up a shop. That's great shit, man. I really appreciate the love there. That's awesome. Yeah, there's a good chance I'm gonna do the B18 just forged B18 non VTEC. Yeah. Right now, I'm just pacing myself. I had a big setback this weekend with my Integra. I said I was gonna finish the shit. I went out to Harbor Freight. I bought my bearing press kit, and I came back home to do it. I took my fucking wheel bearings and hubs out, and I went to go put them in the fucking knuckles. And the knuckle is like twice as big as the bearing. The bearing's like this, knuckle holes like that. So I'm fucked up. When my EG got stolen, I had a whole brand new brake kit, and I was gonna put on it. I was like, well, fuck it. EG-DC is interchangeable. I'll put it on my Integra. So then I went out and bought hubs and bearings, and I guess it's not for the Integra. So now I'm gonna have to buy new bearings and hubs, and if the brakes and the rotors and shit don't fit, which I'm gonna check tomorrow, I'm gonna try and put the hub and the brake rotor I have and see if it lines up. Hopefully it does. If not, I'm gonna have to buy everything all over again. And it sucks because I was so fucking close to finally putting that car back together so I could roll it in the shop. And now I have to put aside money again to buy a new set of shit to get it on the ground rolling. Yeah. Yeah, the lady at the gas station saw them. They literally Flintstoning my fucking car down the street. Fucking got away with it, man. It was like 2 days before I moved. There was no way I was going to be able to stick around and hunt these fools down. And I know some people who know some people who know some people who rob some people, and I used every fucking contact I had, and a lot of people were looking down in Florida, and I think that they chopped the shell up into pieces because it was too high profile, and I think that what they did was they partied out the engine and maybe used the parts amongst themselves. That's my idea. That's the only thing I can think of, because generally speaking, shit that gets stolen comes up for sale pretty quick. I hope that fucking engine blew up on them, the sons of bitches. Fuck, it sucks, man. I would have had a running car of my own right now in that sedan if I had not got jacked. Or actually, maybe not. I was going to sell it the next day anyway. I was literally going to sell it the next day, and it got jacked. So that fucking sucks. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the K20A3 block and the A2 block are the exact same. The only thing is different is that the A2 block has the oil squirters in them, and the A3 does not. But oil squirters aren't really important, so you don't have to worry about that. So it's the same strength. The only difference is the differences are the crank rods and the pistons. The pistons were deliberately lowered in compression, I guess, for gas mileage or whatnot. The rods are a lot slimmer and smaller. Yeah, I want to. I will do features for subscriber cars too. The features videos don't have to be for YouTube channels, guys. That's why I made that instructional video for what VHB features are, so that way you guys could go in there and see it. If you got a kick-ass engine build, whether it's pictures on Facebook or a video on YouTube, I'll feature that. If you got a channel, I'll feature the channel. Car, I'll feature the car. I really want to do this for you guys. I really want to help out with anything that you all have. I like talking about people's shit too. It doesn't have to be mine that I talk about all the time. I know that I've said before, I haven't heard anything about it, so I can't tell you. Shipping, generally speaking, is probably going to be like $150, some shit like that. It's I don't have to. My shit is light enough where I don't need to send FedEx freight, so it's cheap enough to I can send it like that by regular for FedEx. Yeah, my friend, if you watched the MR2 video with the K20, my homeboy, that guy who's built that car, he has made multiple super badass engines. Like this guy specializes in building uh, a 500 plus because he has customers that come to him that he builds for. So he gets to play with high end builds. I don't really do that because I don't have the extra bankroll. But he built that 700 horsepower K28 two that he has in his fucking shit is skunk two rods and like CP pistons. So if he's getting away with using skunk two H beams and making 700, then I don't see why the manly rods wouldn't hold up just as well. So, guys, don't be shy about that. If you have something you want me to talk about, just inbox me on Facebook or whatnot. Yeah, manly's fine. Personally, I just tend to grab whatever H beam I can get the cheapest, so I'm not really picky about it. I tend to do a lot of Eagle rebuilds because Eagles pop up secondhand cheap all the time. Oh, Silent, what car do you have? I can't remember. I'm sorry. Let me see. Maybe you already mentioned it. I missed it. So you said Integra earlier, but I don't know if you were talking about mine or if you were saying that you had one. Okay, you got an Integra. Okay. I don't know, man. I guess it really just depends on what. Do you know what your power goals are again? I can't remember. Again, I can't remember what you said. I guess your build is just really going to depend on how much power you're trying to get out of it. Oh, Josh, I had to notch my girdle for the old one too. If you watch the Vitara video, you'll go to see that there's a part in the video where I'm holding up the girdle. I had to cut it. Yes, I've used CX Racing, or I've used some brands that didn't have any markings at all. I would definitely use CX Racing again. Rick, I have a video in the playlist. It's a parts guide. It talks about all the parts that I've ever used or am willing to use. Jaw, if you haven't got a new oil pump yet, I'd recommend it. No, Silent, you don't want to start low and build up. You want to go for whatever power you want to go for. You want to go for it right away. If you want to build yourself up to being comfortable with that power level, you just don't step on the gas pedal so hard. Yeah, get a new oil pump, man. Trust me, the changing the oil pump once it's in the car is a fucking pain in the ass. Change the oil pump while the block's out. Silent, because it requires multiple tunes and that's money. I wouldn't spend 150. Buy a cheap one. My very first engine build, if you go back and if you watch my story, or not, because it's an hour long, I don't know if you want to watch it, but I started off at 216 horsepower, I went to 272 horsepower, then I went to 343, and I went to 420, and then 440 eventually. That wasn't by choice, that was by forced circumstance. It was a shitty tuner to begin with, and who was deliberately holding me back because he didn't want to spend the time on it. And then the second tuner, he made do good power, but I left the city. I changed the elevation drastically by 4,000 feet. Had to retune again for sea level. It's a hassle. It's a waste of fucking time. It's a waste of money. If you want a 500 horsepower build, you make it 500 horsepower from the get go. You don't worry about trying to work your way up to it. You don't want to do that, dude. That's a waste of time and money. There's no need at all. What you do is you tune the car and you make as much power as you can make off of it, and then you adjust yourself to driving it. You test it out. You lay on the gas for so long, don't push it as high. Eventually, you get used to the power level. Yeah, fuck $400 for a tune. But yeah, that's reasonable at the same time. 350 is what I've paid at most. If you're looking for 500 plus, I'd say go K. If you're looking for anything under 500, I'd say stick with the B series. You have an Integra, don't put a D series in there. It's blasphemy. So just if you're not looking for 500 plus, stay with the B series. If you're looking for 500 above, get a K. That's pretty much real simple for that. It's gonna be the B series is definitely the easiest route to go. Yeah, that's cool. 300 is a good price. 300 is good. I wouldn't do that. That's crazy. You don't need to retune. You're literally throwing your money away for nothing. Just like when you're breaking in an engine, you just do it right off rip. Yeah, at the very most, I would say do 2 maps. But usually, if they do 2 maps, they're going to charge you more money. And of course, if you guys have, watched that supercharger video I've done soon, you'll know that how I feel about that. I want consistent power. Yeah, don't up the boost without the fuel. And honestly, you shouldn't up your boost at all without a tune to compensate for the extra power. Watch the video, Jesus or Jesus. My bad. Jesus, watch the video, please. Jesus, I made a video recently that's how to break in your engine. It's real close in the uploads. I watched a movie today that was funny. It was The Nice Guys. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's funny as shit. And fucking Ryan Gosling, surprisingly, is actually a funny motherfucker. And he's all the time getting shot at. And Jesus, Jesus. I wouldn't do an H or an F just because of the fact that it's extra work. If I'm going to make the extra work, I'm going to do a K that's going to be capable of 800 horsepower on stock sleeves. I've talked about that. I appreciate Honda man. AEM, I would say AEM. That's the one. That's the only one I would buy. I've never bought one. I never really felt the need to unless I start tuning. But if I would buy one, I'd buy an AEM. Yeah, silent dude. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your build. It's the same thing like I talked about in the unicorn video the other day. I always choose the path of least resistance. I get a power goal, and I get what I is the easiest to make that power. I don't. I like the H22, but I'm not gonna build one until I'm making like fucking stupid money where I can throw it away. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. As a matter of fact, I just took a fucking pay cut when I got demoted, so that's not happening anytime soon at all. Plus, I'm in a place where I can't buy Honda parts, so. That's why I haven't really done any engine shit in a while, guys. Just because I just don't really have a lot. I might start breaking down the K28.3, but even then, making a video for breaking down that. I don't know if you guys are interested or not. All right, guys. Anyway, that's too much money. K28.3 is too much money. Oh, okay. Well, harness. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's true. You could go with the K24 and NA and make really good power off that. But to make 300 horsepower NA, you're gonna need E85, and that doesn't hamper for me. I am gonna talk about that here soon. I'm gonna talk. Multiple people have mentioned an E85 video. I am gonna talk about that here in the near future. Okay, so anyway, it's getting kind of late and I have to wake tomorrow, Monday. I have to be up in the morning. It's the only day during the week that I have to wake up early. So, as far as the D series build goes, I might tear down the single cam I have and just reuse that for the Vitara. I haven't decided yet. If you really want to spend less than 1K on engine, then buy a secondhand B series, or buy a empty block or see if you can get a block with a crank and rebuild that. All right. Well, I don't mean to cut off the comments here, but I mean, I guess the video will still be here. So if you guys want to keep talking to each other in the comments, then of course feel free. I love that. But I also have a video on H2B silence, so you can go watch that as well. But I have to cut a quiz here, guys. I'll be back tomorrow night. I'll do one more video. I'll do one more live stream tomorrow at around 5 o'clock, and I'll definitely update on Facebook so that way you guys know exactly when I'm going to do it. All right, guys. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Everybody, I really appreciate y'all coming out. Peace.